So the last time that the Royals won the World Series was in 1985, and they even showed this on the game tonight, 1985, and then they showed what I'm going to show you here. They showed a bunch of things, like three or four actually, but it was like Madonna, but that came out in this 1985 or whatever. But this movie, Back to the Future, where you go 88 miles an hour to travel through time, they showed that movie and they said that was the last time the Royals had won the World Series. And I mean, just come over here. You look at this movie here. It's 116 minutes running time, which is a 911. $19 million budget, where you got your 911 again. Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox was born in June, or June 9th, which if you flip that, it's 6/6. He's 53 years old. Talked about fives before. He's been active since 1973. I mean, just crazy stuff. He married his wife in 1988. So this is his wife, born in June. So you got 6, and then you also have your 22 here, 6/22. I just scrolled down and I was like, oh, I wonder what movie she was in 1988. So she was in the movie Bright Lights, Big City, and just in the very beginning here, you click on or you read it. It was the last film directed by Bridges before his death in 1993. So, I mean, if you flip it, you got your 93, which would be 6 threes or 3 sixes. 6 and a 3 is what I meant. But let's click on James Bridges here. So he was born on 2/3 of 36. So you have your 23, 32 skull and bones numbers, then the 36, which is 3 sixes. He died on June 6th, so you have 6/6 again. I mean, that's crazy stuff. Back to the Future also stars Christopher Lloyd. You come to him, you got your born in October the 22nd, so you think 10, but it's actually 8 to them. So it's 8/22, and then your 3/8. And let's scroll down here and look at some of his movies. In 1988, oh wow, I didn't realize he played in that movie, but in 1988, he was in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and he plays the judge, which is your Tribe of Dan reference, because they're the judges, or whatever. Just you gotta just look into it a little bit more, but 8 Men Out. I did a whole video on the Black Sox scandal, and that's what this whole movie is about. And he's in that movie. Wow, craziness in 1988. Okay, so anyway, back to the actual game. Game 6 was tonight, Tuesday, whatever, October 28th, and the Royals won 10-0. And on this article right here says that it marks the eighth time in World Series history that a team has scored at least 10 runs in Game 6 to force a decisive 7th game. On all but one previous occasion, the team with the offensive outburst went on to win it all. So they're saying that the Royals are going to win, basically. But I find it interesting, for one here, I had posted about how it's like the Clash of the Titans, and it's the Olympians versus the Titans, and the Royals are the Olympians. And I said that, like, I think Moustakis is Zeus, and like they're Greek for one, and Moustakis is one of the few Greek players who actually has a Greek flag above his locker in the locker room. But anyway, the I'll show you here. So they won 10-0 tonight. What's significant about that is that it's 2 5s, and I've been talking about that. But also, the Titanomachy, or however you say it, was what the war between the Olympians and the Titans was actually called. And so the score was 10-0 tonight, and this war or whatever, or battles, was actually 10 years long. So I had predicted that the Royals are going to win it in 7 games. Right here it says it ended in a victory for the Olympians, which I had said that are the Royals. But anyway, I don't know. I could be way off, but I have a feeling that tomorrow the game is going to be super close, because it says that it was a crazy battle and it was a close battle, but the Olympians basically overcame and won because Zeus hit Cronus with a lightning bolt. But I think the game might actually go 10 innings as well. Uh, that's just a wild guess. I don't know, but you have everything's been playing up so far. So I mean, I'm waiting for myself to lose this here and just be wrong. But I'm throwing it out there. This is my guess anyway. But I'm thinking the game might go 10 innings tomorrow, and the Royals are going to win off of Moustakis is going to do something very significant in the game tomorrow, because I've been talking about him forever too. But just wanted to point that out, at least the 10 years, and they won by 10, and the 10 is 2 5s. So on with the game 6 tonight. There was a ton of 2's again. It's been happening in almost every game. There's been a ton of 2's, but moral of the story here. In I'll just see here. The Royals actually scored 7 runs in the second inning. So in the second inning was Mike Moustakas' first at bat, and they showed the stats of the postseason and the World Series, and it showed that his batting average was .222 in the postseason, and then in the World Series it was .188. So the guy who was pitching for San Francisco was Jake Peavy, number 22, and I know I've showed you about him before. All kinds of stuff, like he's born on the 88th West Meridian. But anyway, after they showed Moustakas' batting averages of the .222 and .188, Moustakas hit a double on this guy's 27th pitch, and the pitch was 88 miles an hour, and it was his 27th pitch, and look how many runs they scored in the second inning. 7 runs in the second inning. Moustakas hits a double on an 88 mile an hour pitch. Then after the Royals scored 2 runs in the second inning, they pulled this guy and they put in number 52 Pettit. I never noticed this, but he was born on 11/22. Just weird. That's like 1-1-2-2. Then on Pettit's 6th pitch in the second inning, still number 6 Lorenzo Cain hits a base hit and scores 2 runs to make the score 4-0. He also hit his base hit on a 2-2 count. Then on Pettit's 10th pitch in the second inning, Hosmer hit a 2-run double. Then on Pettit's 13th pitch, Billy Butler hit an RBI double, and he's number 16, where so you have your 2 8s. Hosmer is 3-5, so you have your 3 5s, or also if you add it together, you have your 8. They're also both 28 years old, and today was the day of the game was the 28th. That's pretty interesting, and doubles are 2 if you'd never caught that yet. Then when the inning was finally over, they showed a recap of it, and it showed that the Royals actually had 8 hits in the second inning on 11 batters. So you have your 8-11. The inning took 32 minutes, so you have your 32 there. And also, the Giants used 2 pitchers in the second inning. Not too long after that, they put a little billboard thing up or whatever, and they showed, it said Kansas City Deja Vu, and they compared the 1985 season to this season, and in the World Series they were behind 3-2. It said runs 15, and they were the same. It said 3-2, 15 runs. The ace pitcher of the opponent was also, they were both 2-0, and they, like, one guy had a .56 ERA and the other guy has .57 ERA, and they were just comparing to them how close they were. I mean, really, they're doing that on purpose because they already have it planned on who's going to win this. Then in the third, the Giants put in Titanomachy or whatever to pitch. He's number 63 or 36s, 32 years old. No, I've talked about him before as well. But Infante hit a double that, like, bounced over the wall, so it's just considered a double. And then a little bit after that, I think number 6 Kane did the exact same thing, and the ball bounced over the wall, and it gave the Royals 8 runs in the third inning. And when Kane's ball bounced over and it gave him 8 runs, the pitch that he hit it on was 82 miles an hour. And I said just a second ago that today was the 28th when the game was going on. So 82 is just 28 backwards. And at the end of the third inning then, the Royals had 8 runs on 11 hits. So you have your 8-11 again. And also your 8 and your 3/8 because it was in the third and they had 8. In the bottom of the fifth, number 14 Infante scored on a double by number 2 Escobar. It was the 41st pitch of Machi or whatever, and Infante is 14, so you have your 14 and your 41 reversed. It's just crazy. Then I'm not sure what inning this pitcher came in for the Giants, but in the 7th inning, Moustakas came through, and he hit a solo home run, and it was his 5th postseason home run. And it was also on a 2-2 count. And just to finish this video off here, I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of stuff, like always, but I'm just literally going by, like, watching the game and writing stuff down and then just making a video off of it. But the behind the plate umpire was Jeff Kellogg, and he was number 8. That's what he wears. Of course, he's born in August, just like everybody you look up, or that has something to do with an 8. He's 53 years old, so you get your 3 5s. It's his 5th World Series that he's umpired, and he's part of the umpiring crew E. Well, E is the 5th letter of the alphabet, so you got your 5. This is his 5th World Series. You got 3 5s, born in August, and he's number 8. Really? Come on. This stuff is rigged. I don't know how they do it. It's magic or something, but it's rigged. And also, Kellogg, the guy's name reminds me of Kellogg's, the company, like Frosted Flakes and whatnot. And you look at their Wikipedia here, and Kellogg's holds a royal warrant from Queen Elizabeth II and the Prince of Wales. What are the odds they hold a royal warrant? That's some crazy stuff. And the founder of the Kellogg's company dies on October 6th, at age 91. And you scroll on here, and what are the odds? This is his brother. So he died at age 91. And his older brother on here dies at age 91. What are the odds? That's weird. Anyway, that's all I got to say. So peace. Have a great night.